Good morning, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Tuesday, November 18th, 2014, around 7:03 in the morning in Belleville, Massachusetts. A little bit cold out today, about 39, and temperatures are going to only be 35 around this area. It's going to be a very cold week, so bundle up. Some news to report: the Phoenix Suns beat the Boston Celtics by a score of 118-114 last night. And Celtics played a good game even though they lost. They're being more competitive, which is pretty good. They're not going to make the playoffs this year, but I think they're going to be a very competitive team. And who knows, maybe the rebuilding process will come along faster and maybe Rondo will re-sign with the Celtics long term, but I don't see it happening. And also sad news to report in the world of entertainment: longtime animated producer Arthur Rankin passed away at the age of 89. Arthur Rankin produced such classic animations like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman and Santa Claus is Coming to Town, among others. So sad news, prayers to his family. And that's about it on that. My next subject is a continuation series of the top 10 greatest everything and anything. I've now reached the top 10 greatest Philadelphia Phillies players of all time. The Phillies play in the National League East, and they are in a major rebuilding process right now, but they won 2 world championships, 1980 and 2008, and they were like one of the charted franchises of the National League. And here's the top 10 greatest Phillies players of all time. Number 10 on the all-time list is catcher Bob Boone. Bob Boone played for the Phillies for 10 years. He had a .259 career average with the Phillies, 65 home runs, 456 RBIs, 957 hits. He was a 2-time National League All-Star. He was a great defensive catcher. He won a few Gold Gloves with the Phillies. He comes in at number 10. Number 9 on the all-time list of greatest Philadelphia Phillies of all time, catcher Darren Daulton. Darren played 14 seasons with the Phillies, and he had a .245 average, 134 home runs, 567 RBIs, and 858 hits. He was a 2-time National League All-Star catcher. He led the National League in RBIs in 1992. He comes in at number 9. Number 8 on the all-time list of greatest Philadelphia Phillies players of all time, Chase Utley. Chase is currently the third baseman for the Philadelphia Phillies. He has a .285 career average, 228 home runs, 886 RBIs, 1,569 hits. He's made several National League All-Star teams. He's one of the greatest second basemen of this generation, and he's a borderline Hall of Fame candidate. Number 7 on the all-time list of the greatest Philadelphia Phillies of all time, Gary Maddox. Gary played for the Phillies for 12 seasons. Outfielder, he was a great defensive outfielder. He won 8 Gold Gloves for the Phillies. .284 career batting average, 85 home runs, 566 RBIs, 1,333 hits. He never made an All-Star team, but he was a great defensive outfielder. Number 6 on the all-time list of greatest Philadelphia Phillies players of all time, Jimmy Rollins, shortstop. Career average .267, 216 home runs, 887 RBIs, 2,306 hits. That's a Phillies record. And he's been a shortstop for the Phillies for over 14 years and stuff. 2007 most valuable player in the National League. He's a borderline Hall of Fame candidate, but with a very low career batting average, he might not get in. Number 5 on the all-time list of greatest Philadelphia Phillies players of all time, Dick Allen. Dick's first baseman, outfielder, .290 career average, 204 home runs, 655 RBIs, 1,143 hits. He won the 1964 Rookie of the Year in the National League. And he had 2 stints with the Phillies from 1964 to 1971, and he played in like 75. He was a great player. Number 4 on the all-time list of the greatest Philadelphia Phillies players of all time, Ryan Howard. Ryan has a 2 first baseman. He's been playing with the Phillies since 2004. He has a .265 career batting average, 334 home runs, 1,058 RBIs, and 1,303 hits. He won the 2006 National League Most Valuable Player when he hit 58 home runs. He also led the National League in home runs in 2008 with 48 home runs, even though he had a very low batting average. That was the year the Phillies won the World Series. If he didn't have a low batting average, he probably wouldn't have MVP that year. Howard's been a all-star consistently. He has a low career batting average, which he's a borderline Hall of Fame if his career ended today. And number 3 on the all-time list of greatest Philadelphia Phillies players of all time, Chuck Kane. Chuck played for the Phillies in the 20s and 30s and again in the 40s. 326 career batting average, 243 home runs, 983 RBI, 1,705 hits. He's a Baseball Hall of Famer, outfielder. He won the 1932 National League Most Valuable Player Award. And he's in the Hall of Fame. Number 2 on the all-time list is Richie Ashburn. Richie played for the he was an outfielder. He played for the Phillies for many years in the 40s and 50s. He was the leader of the Phillies in 1950 for the Whiz Kids, who won the National League pennant. He has a .311 career batting average, 22 home runs, 499 RBIs, and 2,217 hits while in a Phillies uniform. He was a Phillies broadcaster for so many years. His number 1 is retired by the team, and he passed away in 1997. He made the Hall of Fame in 1995 in the Veterans Committee, and he comes in at number 2. And number 1 on the all-time list of greatest Philadelphia Phillies players of all time, Michael Jack Schmidt, third baseman, first baseman. 267 career average, 548 home runs, 1,595 RBIs, 2,234 hits. 8 times he was the National League Home Run King. He won several Silver Sluggers and Gold Glove Awards, 3-time National League Most Valuable Player, and a first ballot Hall of Famer in 1995. The greatest Philadelphia Phillies of all time and the greatest third baseman in baseball history. And that's about it on the greatest Philadelphia Phillies players of all time. And tomorrow will be the greatest Philadelphia Phillies pitchers of all time. Thursday's going to be the greatest Baltimore Orioles players of all time. And Friday's going to be the greatest Baltimore Orioles pitchers of all time. Doing all 30 starting to do all the Major League Baseball teams, players, and pitchers. But it's not going to be every day I'm going to do it. They might rest for a few days, the top 10 list. This weekend there'll be no top 10 list because of other subjects. Or maybe I'll have other top 10 lists during the weeks. But all 30 baseball teams will be covered. The rest of the subjects for today will be primetime wrestling, WWE. I'll tell you the history of that. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about Pro Basketball Hall of Fame, the late Dennis Johnson, DJ. See you later, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. Bye now.